I was just trying different things and different combinations of nutritionals. And I just wasn't like I was, before, like 3 years ago, like back when I competed, right? And Christine, I know that you competed too. And so it's like something shifts. Like I was always like, oh, I already went through menopause at 42 and, this and that, 'cause I hadn't had my period. But no, like I'd stopped having my period, but I wasn't in full blown menopause. When full blown menopause hit, it wasn't just the hot flashes. Okay. It was like, I don't know, did any of you do this? You wake up many times a night, you're like, or you just like, you can be standing at a restaurant and you want to rip all of your clothes off like as fast as possible because like you just get these like hot flashes. I mean, I could not get mine honed in no matter what money I was spending. And so I feel so, so good now. And I believe it's just because they really know how to prescribe. And again, it's bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It's using the natural methods. And so testosterone and estradiol, progesterone. And then I'm using some peptides that I absolutely love. And dihexa is amazing. Now, dihexa, there's a ton of, if you just go into pubmed.gov, and there's a ton of research on that, on dihexa. And dihexa has been around for like 20 years in development, lots of studies. But they, guys, the FDA is like, I mean, take it for what it's worth, right? FDA, how many FDA approved drugs, kill people every year. So it's not like approved for Alzheimer's treatment, but that's something that is a history in my health history. And so I just felt like my memory, and those of you that know me, my short-term memory has not been good. Stress can cause that as well. But I'm not kidding. I feel like a new woman with this dihexa. It's awesome. It's a little capsule. And the other thing that I'm taking, I'm taking a couple other things, but I don't want to like even influence you because then you're going to be like, oh, that's what I want. And I mean, I'll share it with you, but I want you to get your blood work done and fill out the questionnaire. It's all HIPAA compliant. It's super secure, and let them design what's perfect for you. Don't just use like what I'm using or what's working for me, because you are all perfectly and brilliantly made to be you. And we're all different. And that's what I love about customized medicine. And that's what I do with my company's Regen Life with stem cell injection therapy and IV, and I'm adding some other things. But that's what Transcend does. And so there are so many different things we can do. I mean, ladies, those of you that are not using, that are, obviously if you don't have a sexual partner, you're not married or whatever, you're good to go, right? If you're not, or if you are, or you're sexually active, I mean, there are things like Scream Cream that you can use, and there are things that you can get your husband on. And I mean, this is affordable. It's all shipped discreetly as well, because I really believe, you guys, that if people got their hormones straightened out, a lot of people would stay married. I'm no joke. Like, you'll be nicer. You will want to have sex. He will want to have sex. He will not be like, scared with, erectile dysfunction, because face it, we all know this happens. I mean, once a guy hits over 40, you just never know for sure if it's going to work. I'm sorry, this is real talk. I'm going to talk about this because this is important stuff from someone who's been divorced a few times. And, like I feel normal for the first time. Kat goes, do you know of a group that women can go to just discuss and ask questions or post things that work for each other? Yes, you can do that here, Kat. Just do it right in the comments where, where I have that one, I have it like pinned at the top, and you can go ahead and you can go in there and do that. I just can't have people like, I mean, you can post, I just have to approve it, because we just want to make sure you guys know that if people that have been in groups, because this is a public group, we want to make sure that people feel comfortable, and we don't want just a bunch of like random, people get crazy sometimes. And so does that make sense? Does that make sense, Kat? Let me know. I'm looking at the comments over here. But so actually Jesse is part of the group. He's the only man that in this group. And, he's one of the owners of the company, and he's an educator in this field. He's absolutely brilliant. So he can answer questions as well. I can answer questions, but Honestly, what we want you to do, Kat, because it doesn't cost you anything, nothing, is to go fill out that intake form. That's what's so neat that I get to offer people is go fill out the intake form at hormonesandpeptides.com, and you can actually, fill everything out, and then they're going to give you a free consultation. So you don't have to, waste your time, because all of us are busy people, right? And so I try to get as much as I can, to help out, but I want the experts to do it. I want to direct you to the experts. So it's all free to fill out that intake form. And then one of the specialists will call you and you get a consultation and they'll recommend what you need. Also, then you can use my discount code, which is Nancy in all capital letters 20. So you can get 20% off.